Truth man here. So we got a content by request. I'm stuttering. Stretch with a tremendously generous uh, donation to what we doing over here at the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. He says, Howard, can you talk about the American economy? And do you think we are in a recession? And do you think America is going to fall? Stock market is tumbling and people are living off credit. What is your perspective? I told y'all, let's start briefly with the stock market. Then we're going to come back to it later. We're going to do it in order. I told y'all, I just don't trust it, man. Like, I don't trust nothing where people is pulling strings and they forming organizations and groups where you have what we call insider trading. So I'll deal with investments, but I don't rely on it. I think investments are even worse than like playing the lottery. Like, that's how much it can be manipulated. But we'll come back to that. So the American economy, I think, is thriving depending on who you are and what you're doing. Now, I talked about being focused early. The reason why I think it's thriving, you're going to have stuff like what we talked about yesterday with Walgreens closing at 5:45. But you also going to have what I've been dealing with all week long. Going through the mall parking lot and can't get out because there's so many people at the mall. And they all coming out with bags. They all shopping. That's one way that you know that recession, that's just all talk. Because if you're seeing people making purchases, like when I go to restaurants and do pickups, often I see in some of these restaurants a line and or the tables are filled. So people are making purchases continuously. And Wisconsin ain't even in the top. So I know, judging by Wisconsin, no, we're not in no recession. Some people got money, some people don't. The people who don't is because they ain't making the right moves. You still can get rich in the United States of America. I'm seeing people doing it, in particular foreigners. In terms of America falling, I think that's going to be up to the Most High's timing and the powers that be that run and control the bank. Now, I tell y'all all the time, stop using them cards for everything and start back paying cash. Because you giving them that excuse, oh, well, people don't use cash anyway. Do you know if they get rid of cash, that's going to be the easiest way they can control all of our incomes? And that's the easy road back to slavery. Because again, slavery next time is going to be everybody. Everybody that will try to prolong their life by accepting it. So yeah, people living off of credit. Now, people living off of credit, leveraging credit the right way can be a good thing. But living off of it, where you paying interest for 2 boxes of cereal, it's not a good thing. Well, you ain't got money for food, so you go to the grocery store and you use your credit card. And you paying interest for food, not a good thing. It's not. But I still say that I don't believe we're in a recession. In fact, I believe if you get on the road with your money and get to stacking it up, you'll get richer. You'll be able to do things that you can't do right now. If you get on a saving, again, the dollar, look, this is what I was saying about investing. When you save money, the dollar still has enough value for your money and your wealth and your personal wealth to increase. So if you save 10,000, you got 10,000. You save 20,000, you got 20,000. We talked about how the 2740 rule, how if you save 2740 a day on average, that's 10,000 a year. You do it for 5 years. That's $50,000. Now you telling me you ain't gonna look richer, act richer, be richer with 50,000? It don't seem like much. But for a lot of us, if you sitting on $50,000 in cash, you not struggling at all. You just not struggling, man. So I think it still comes down to saving. And a lot of people are still making purchases, but a lot of people can't make purchases because they done made other unauthorized and illicit purchases that mess their money up. But it's still not no recession. Still not no recession. So keep carrying on doing your due. Because it ain't no recession, man. The rich still getting richer. And the stock market is tumbling in part for the same reason why the dating market is. Because people just hip to the foolishness. You invest, compound interest, all this other stuff. I look sleepy. It's time to hit it. So, no, I don't believe it's a recession. I think it's a couple reasons for the stock market tumbling. But I don't think the stock market has that much control other than people pulling the strings. Hope that helps, Stretch. Remember, your content by request can be made with a donation of $1.99 or more, preferably by Cash App, but sometimes Stretch does super thanks. You could do super thanks as well if you don't have Cash App. Again, it's $1.99 or more, depending on you. I appreciate y'all. Listen, man, get this money, man. Ain't no recession right now.